Good morning, everyone. My name is Richard Evans from Calibre Yacht Sales, and today I'm very excited to present to you Reliance. Now, Reliance looks tough. She looks tough because she is tough. It's a Halmatic hull. Halmatic builds boats for commercial fishing people and primarily for the military, for operation mainly in the North Sea. What was a research vessel owned by the University of London has been luxuriously converted into a wonderful cruising yacht. One of the goals that the vendor had when he had this totally rebuilt right from the hull out was to make it like a cabin on the water. And when you get aboard, you're going to see that luxury. Tough on the outside, reliable systems, reliable propulsion, and beautiful, luxurious comfort on the inside. Follow me. Look at this. When I first knocked on the hull like this, I thought I was knocking on a steel hull, but it's fiberglass. Hard to believe. It's so well built, such a tough boat. And look at the size of this gunnel gate. It's wide enough to be able to comfortably move on board with any kind of a load that you might have. And boarding is easy. I mean, you could either board without using the step ladder, but the integrated step ladder is right there, and it just makes it so much more easy. Isn't that nice? Nice wide side decks here, high gunnels, nice cap rail, nicely finished. So a wonderful entrance into the boat through that double gate, and the side decks connect beautifully with this rigid hardtop over the cockpit to give you full protection from the weather, from sun and from rain. Ideal for the Pacific Northwest, but this is an expedition yacht. You can go anywhere with this. Look at the size of this cockpit with this rigid overhang to protect you from weather and from sun. Look at the size of this, will you? Once again, look at these bollards. Very, very heavy-duty commercial boat, but with all the luxuries of a pleasure craft. Just look at this, will you? So gorgeous. There's so much room out here that for an ideal outdoor entertaining space. And with this beautiful vista, could you imagine sitting in an anchorage somewhere with your friends and family on board? You could put 4 people here easily, another 2 here, and maybe 2 more. Oh, so what's that? That's 8 people that you could put back here very, very comfortably and set up maybe a couple of teak tables, a couple of teak cocktail tables. This is a great space. But as nice as it is out here, even nicer inside. Come on in, I'll show you what I mean. Wow, look at this, eh? Isn't this absolutely gorgeous? Just look at this combination of woods in here. And one of his objectives was to design something that was going to be like a cottage on the water. And that's exactly what he's got here. Beautiful, beautiful combination of woods. He's got pine here, pine paneling on the sides. He's got oak flooring. And look at this birch, solid birch table. It flips up, and the other side flips up as well. I mean, you could sit 6 people around this table so comfortably. Feels very warm and comfortable here with these big, beautiful windows. These are brand new windows that were installed. Completely replaced the old ones. This lovely settee, and this paneling, isn't this beautiful? It's just especially crafted just for this boat. The settee is comfortable. You can seat 3 or 4 people here very comfortably. And look at this. Isn't this just wonderful? This beautiful indoor-outdoor feeling that you have from this space. You know, he's just thought about it all. I love it. Wonderful chairs that perfectly accent the space in here. Just a lovely space. Wonderful place to entertain your guests and your family and your friends. And look at this ribbing, across the deck. Not that the deck needs support. It's so strong. But this is just wonderfully accented. I really, you've got to be here to feel what I'm feeling with this right now. Now over here on the starboard side, we have these wicker chairs that fit so beautifully in here. We've got hydronic heating. Got a big hydronic boiler down in the engine room that heats the boat and also heats towel racks and numerous other things, but yeah, we'll get to that once we get to the heads here. And look at the craftsmanship, in this. All of this has been custom made just for this vessel. So could you imagine yourself entertaining your family and friends in this space? It's so warm and comfortable, and it is so much like a cabin or a cottage, but a cottage on the water. Exactly what he was looking for when he had this built. This is really nicely done. On the Salon side, it acts as a bar, as you can see, and also provides great storage. Well, he's got his good selection of nice liquors down there, and drawers all along here. And I like this these attachments that he's got here. They're not finger holes where you stick your finger in to release a latch, but you can just press a button here and then open it up. That's well done. Now on the galley side, it's a place that you can pass the plates up to people that would be eating here in the Salon. That's pretty clever, eh? And of course this beautiful wood that just blends in with everything else that he's done in here. You're just going to love it. Look what they've done here. I mean, this is all custom made. That's a solid piece of oak. And they've actually managed to bend the oak. And this is a very complex process where they take very small slivers of oak and then form them into place and then sand them all down to give it this bent railing look. Just gorgeous. Absolutely lovely. The galley is up, which is wonderful, because while you're preparing your meals, you're still engaged with your company, but you're a little bit removed so that they're not being distracted by what you're doing. And then once your meals are prepared, you simply pass them up onto the bar and they come and get it. Serve at the table there. Well thought out, isn't it? Now lots of storage in here. We've got banquet drawers here and here, and down below we have plenty of storage on both sides under this deep stainless steel sink. Bulk storage right in the countertop here, and that goes all the way down. You can put paper towel and other things in there as well. I like this, having the window right in the galley area. So not only do you get ventilation and light through this opening window, but you also have a hood fan here to exhaust fumes from the stove. And look at this stove, will you? That's a commercial grade 4-burner gas burning stove with a large oven below and a pot and pan drawer below that. Now behind me here, this is really nicely done. All your cupboards have these sliding doors in here, and look at the finish in that. There's no rollers in there. It's just finished so finely that you don't even need them. So that opens up on both sides and gives you coverage right across the full breadth of the galley space. Once again, look at this beautiful countertop. A solid piece of oak. And down below here is more bulk storage. Just want to show you that. Look at that. Isn't that a beautiful finish? And it's heavy. Really well made. And this is a wonderful place to store pots, pans, and kettles, and all of your heavy things. And there's probably about 6 or 8 pots down there right now. So it's a big space that you can get all of those things out of the way. And I like the way the grain matches up here. So they've obviously cut this piece, this hatch cover, right out of the same piece of wood that is the rest of the countertop. Now right here we have a trash compactor. Nice to have that. It's spring loaded. Pops out very nicely. And below we have a freezer, and above we have a fridge. Just gorgeous, isn't it? You know, any gourmet cook would feel really good about cooking in this space. It's perfect. It's a perfect layout. So everything that you've seen here has a very classic look to it. Lots of warmth and comfort, but it's also very modern in terms of the amenities and, well, what you're about to see in the wheelhouse. So come on with me, I'll show you what I mean. So look at this, natural light pours in everywhere. But before we go up to the pilot house, I just want to show you what I meant by modern amenities. Look at the circuit breaker. Man, have you ever seen a circuit breaker like that? Everything is, you don't even have to bend over. Everything is so right there, right before you, and all a finger touch. Your generator controls are here and here. All of your amp meters are here, both for your AC and for your DC, all within very, very easy reach and well laid out, well thought out. And in behind a plexiglass cover. Really nice. Now, we got some of the heads and beds down below here, but we'll get to that a little bit later. In the meantime, let's go up to the wheelhouse. Now look at this wheelhouse. Isn't this lovely? My goodness, that's such great visibility. And you know, one of the first things that you'll probably note is that you've got port and starboard doors to your wing stations. And he actually had this designed specifically so that he could walk out and have a look up and down the length of the ship. Just brilliant, wonderful. It's like a small ship. Talking about a small ship, this just drove me. I just love this. This is a ship's telegraph, but it's a modern ship's telegraph, but it looks like something off of a 1920 destroyer. I just love it. Have a look at this. I mean, you've got full throttle all the way down to half throttle and slow, all built into controlling your engines on both sides here. It's just brilliant, just brilliant. The bronze finishing just gives it that authentic classic look that is so in keeping with this boat. And just forward of that, the modern amenities, but built into a classic look and feel with this cobalt panel that gives you station select, gives you station lock, throttle override, and if you wanted to sync your engines, you can do that here as well. These are all modern amenities that you would find on any modern cruising boat. This is pretty nice. You can steer from here, or from here, or from here. Now the owner did most of his steering using this toggle switch right here. So very, very modern and comfortable way to seize command of this magnificent vessel. Here we've got your bow thruster. I gotta point out, that's a hydraulic bow thruster, by the way. 35 horsepower. Oh my goodness. A 35 horsepower bow thruster, and it's hydraulic, so you could lean on that all day and not have to worry about burning out your batteries. Modern electronics here includes Furuno GPS chart plotters, not one but two. One is slave to the other. And this gives you all of the features or all of the things that you're looking for to maintain control of this wonderful, wonderful boat. We've got analog engine gauges here to give you oil pressure, temp, and are your alternators charging or not, and RPM, of course. We've got a rudder angle indicator, very, very handy when, especially when you're coming into port. Of course, you've got your Ritchie compass just above that. And over here, now you're ready for this. This is a forward-looking sonar, which scans up and down or scans straight. Wonderful when you're coming into areas or little inlets that you're not comfortable that the charts have it right. Accuracy for this device is up to, well, anywhere from 600 to 700 feet. And just a wonderful added extra. And again, talking about this classic vessel with modern facilities. Now, look at this wheel. Isn't she a classic? It's got this bronze destroyer feel to it, but with this classic look of this oak inlay. Just lovely. Lovely how they've done this. Right here are your circuit breakers for everything to do with the electronics and the command and control of this vessel. So you don't have to run down to the panel down below. It's all right here. This is nice. It's chart drawers down below. It's always nice to have paper charts, even though you've got the full electronics here. I personally like to have paper charts with me wherever I go. But sitting up here, and not to waste any of the space with a little foothold right here, you can sit here and have your co-pilot keep a second pair of eyes on the water while you're driving. Man, this feels good. This really feels good. It's a lovely boat. Really classic. So comfortable. So solid. Remember the name, Reliance. All right, now over here we have another chart drawer right here, and a chart table just above. As a very conveniently located window, bringing in natural light from the boat deck, so that you don't need to use artificial light, but if you need it, it's right there. Isn't this nice? Now, let's go up to the boat deck. This is going to amaze you. So come on forward. I'm going to show you this windlass. It's going to literally blow you away. And I really like this. So you've got, in essence, a Portuguese bridge here to take the brunt of any wave that might be crashing up against this, but man, that would have to be a big sea. We're off the water here. But anyone standing on the wheelhouse wing here is going to be fully protected by this. And very clever. And again, look at this. I mean, just look at how this boat is built. Just spectacular. Very, very impressive. Yeah, so just look at this. It's a ship bow, isn't it? Just a magnificent. And we're probably, what, 12, 15 feet off the water here. So it's going to be able to handle lots of very heavy weather. But I want to bring your attention to this amazing windlass. Just look at that beast. Now that has 300 feet of Amsteel road linked to 30 feet of half-inch galvanized chain and a 145-pound anchor. This thing is just a beast. That's more power than you'll ever need. And of course, all of your controls for this hydraulic windlass are right here on the bulkhead. And of course, we have a backup Bruce right here as well, a 60-pound Bruce. More than enough ground tackle to keep this baby stable. So let's go have a look at the boat deck. So before we go to the boat deck, let's have a look at this locker. There's lots of lockers around the deck, and any purpose-built boat will have special storage spaces like brushes and hoses, and this ladder that you saw earlier that attaches to the gunnel gate. Now, access to the boat deck is right here. So remember, keeping in mind that the vendor had this constructed in a fashion that was going to meet one of his goals of efficiency, simplicity, effectiveness, and ease of maintenance, which is one of the reasons why he dry stacked the boat Dry stacking the boat means that you don't need any heat exchangers, which wear out over time, and very, very easy to maintain. So let's have a look on the boat deck here. Here on the boat deck, you'll notice these hydraulic hoses that power this boom, and tremendous lifting capacity, more than is required for this dinghy. And the kayaks here. Kayaks on both sides and the dinghy, by the way, are included in the boat. The mast is hinged if ever the mast needed to be dropped. It's not something that you would do on a regular basis, but it's there if you needed it. Notice also here on the boat deck that there's room for a lot of additional equipment. You could put another dinghy up here, even a larger power boat. 8-man life draft, and since we're talking about safety, the boat also comes with 2 full immersion survival suits, as well as 10, count them, life jackets. The boat is very, very well equipped. The owner of the boat has decided that he's been there, done that, and he is out of boating now altogether. So what you see on the boat goes with the boat. Notice the door adds as well. There's 2 door adds here and 2 door adds over the pilot house to get fresh air down into those interior spaces. Now, if you chose to, this boom could raise right up being parallel with the mast, and look at all this space that you have up here. And just have a look at this scenery. Isn't that beautiful? Imagine yourself out there, up in Desolation Sound or the Broughtons or Alaska or wherever you want to go. Yeah, the range on this boat is about 1,400 nautical miles. You can go just about anywhere you want. And the boat is designed to be able to take you there. Remember, Halmatics are designed for the North Sea, for the military and commercial fishing. You're not going to get tougher than that. Now that's it for the boat deck. So as we enter the master cabin, what a treat. I really like these cork lined steps, and in fact they have cork through the aft cabins as well. Helps to deaden sound. Yeah, beautiful. And just look at all this storage down here. Nice queen size bed, storage over there, right up against the hull, and of course that big bookshelf there. But I like the decor in here, this bright white that he's done that contrasts so beautifully with that oak accent rail just along the bookshelf there. Really, really nice. And of course these reading lamps that are adjustable. Storage down below here, 4 drawers right there, 2 drawers right here, and under cabinet shelves right there. More storage here, more storage here, nice hang-up locker. So much storage, and a library. You gotta have a library. A lot of cookbooks in there, but a lot of other books as well. This guy's been traveling a lot. I mean, these are the original port lights on this boat, and it's a ship. It's just a ship. I love the character of that. I like this grid and stringer system that they have here to support the wheelhouse above. Very strong, very well built boat. And this guy, oh my goodness, this guy's a real foodie. I'm gonna get a copy of this book. Now let's moving forward here into the head. This is the master cabin head. Once again, we see those fabulous port lights that we talked about earlier. All of this storage everywhere. And get a load of this, eh? How about that? A heated towel rack off of that boiler that heats the rest of the boat. So fabulous. We have a marine toilet right here. Again, remember what one of his goals was simplicity, effectiveness, and low maintenance. Well, there you go. That's it. You can go anywhere in the world and not have to worry about things breaking down because it's manual. This is nice. This is the fully enclosed stand-up shower. And look at this. This would have normally been the anchor locker, but now you can use it for storage for just about anything that you want. Look at this. A full vanity, separate sink, storage for medical supplies, makeup, whatever you want. And the layout is wonderful because the master cabin is forward from the other cabins which are aft of the salon, aft of the galley. So great separation for maximum privacy. Isn't that nice? Beautiful, beautiful, thoughtful layout. And just look at it. You could go anywhere in the world in such comfort. Well, that's about it for the master cabin. Let's go have a look at the guest cabins aft. And once again, like the master cabin, the decorations in here are similar in as much as that they have used a bright white paint and accents. This is really nice. The accents to bring out the beautiful wood that they've done here. Accents around the lockers as well, and the rail for the bookshelf. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful how that all ties together? And look at those amazing port lights. Just love those. The reading lamps, similar to the reading lamps in the master cabin. And again, this very comfortable mattress with lots of storage. 4 drawers here and a whole bank of drawers right here. Look at this. Eh? I love this piece of furniture. Oh my goodness, that is beautiful. So here, right behind me, we have your head, private head for this cabin, and again, lots of space in here to use. We've got this beautiful countertop and this big mirror, accents around the door. And again, this full stand-up shower. Very, very nice. Okay, right here, again, like a storage in behind. And once again, we've got this heated towel rack. Wouldn't it be nice to get up on a frosty morning and have a shower, and you come out of the shower and you've got a nice warm towel to dry yourself with. And a set of shelves right in behind the door here. He's got it set up as a library right now, which makes a very effective library. But very, very nice, beautiful, beautifully done. And this, again, look at this oak trim that matches so beautifully with the trim around the lockers. Isn't that nice? Beautiful. Well, let's go into the engine room. So notice in this engine room, it's a full stand-up room. Very easy to get around your engines and maintain them. There's 2 Daewoo engines, as you can see, 160 horsepower apiece. Plenty enough. They're naturally aspirated as well, so they can run for a very, very long time. There's currently 2,900 hours on the engines. For these engines, you've got a long way to go before you have to do any kind of major work like an in-frame rebuild. You're looking at least 8,000 to 10,000 hours before you have to do that, providing, of course, that you maintain them the way they have been maintained so far. Now, these engines with 320 horsepower combined moves the boat along quite nicely at 9 knots, but for a top speed of roughly 11 knots. More than enough for a full keel boat like this. Keep in mind, the boat's 96,000 pounds, and at 9 knots, she burns 4 gallons an hour. You know, that's a range of about 1,300 nautical miles. Plenty to get you where you're going. Everything in here feels very comfortable. The batteries are well located in a battery shelf up there against the bulkhead. These are those stainless steel mufflers that I told you about. It's well done. Feels good in here, soundproofing all around. Each of these fuel tanks, notice they're saddle tanks. They run right up against the bulkhead. 1,000 gallons And each has 3 inspection plates. I think that's important because if anything goes wrong with the inside of the fuel tank, you want to be able to make sure that you can get in there to see, well, exactly what's going on. Dual Raycor filters for each engine so that you can switch from one filter to the other while on the fly. And pressure gauges, which is perfect. He's really thought this through. Pressure gauges are important so that you can see whatever sediment is building up in the filters, just in the event that you get some foul fuel. Nicely done. Very nicely done. So there you go, folks. Resilience is, I think, an appropriate name given the strength of this hull, built for military use and commercial fishing, and stripped down in a boatyard and rebuilt to the luxurious standards of comfortable cruising. Now, this boat can be yours. She'll take you anywhere you want to go. All you have to do is give us a call, get on board, and you'll be very glad you did.